This is the Film Buff Gamer Guy here, and this is CJ.
Hello there.
And this is my first podcast that I ever done before, and today's podcast is about, should small children be allowed to watch YouTube? What I mean by small children, I mean kids that are around 1 to 8 years old, basically. Because lately, there are parents out there that give their kids an iPad or a tablet.
And you know where it goes from there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that, for me, I think... Is this okay, by the way? I don't know if you're going by an official script, but... Or wait, you're not. Okay.
It's not a script.
Okay. Just double checking. Alright. And you know how to edit? What software do you use real quick?
Yeah, I use Sony Vegas, so...
Oh, nice. I used to use that as well. Anyway, where were we? Oh yes, should children from 1 to 8 be watching YouTube? Personally, if it were me, I'd say they shouldn't. I think, like, part of the problem with YouTube for young children is because you get the shit like ElsaTube and whatnot that, like, kind of ruins the experience, you know?
Yeah, and there's a lot of fucked up shit on YouTube.
That there is.
And, like what age did you start when you watched YouTube?
Oh god, I don't remember. I was watching shit like Lego stop motion, and not like the kid friendly stop motion. Like there was like made by like a 13-year-old, and he was cussing up a storm in it. I was probably like 7 or 8.
Oh god.
Yeah.
My mom never let me watch YouTube during the days of Smosh and Zelda CDI YouTube hoops. During that age, my mom never let me watch YouTube, and because Mom knew that there's stuff from Newgrounds and
Newgrounds,
and all that. She knows that this stuff exists on YouTube, and she pretty much knows there's also kid stuff on YouTube, even back in the early days.
Oh yeah. But just back then they also didn't have the kids, not for kids setting.
Yeah, true. Videos. And YouTube was never designed with kids in mind.
Oh, not at all. I think the kids thing came in more recently, and it's kind of ruining the platform. In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, I think that's a part of it. That a lot of parents are too lazy to even monitor what their kids are even watching.
Yeah, like I think that should be like screw the for kids mode. They should just parents should be with them 24/7. I mean I get it. They gotta work. I mean, I've also heard discussion that YouTube is serving as a parent instead of the parents, because the parents are trying to work and pay the bills, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and they have to cook dinner.
Exactly.
Like they can't have McDonald's every day. So.
Not in the slightest. That would be bad.
Yeah,
in more ways than one.
One thing I don't understand is if you could afford an iPad or a tablet for your child to watch Cocomelon or something, if you can afford that, you can afford streaming services. There's Disney Plus, there's Netflix, there's put on a DVD or Blu-ray or
something that you want your kids watching. I think I heard some YouTuber, I forget who it was, but someone said I'd rather have my kids watching SpongeBob than Cocomelon, which same honestly.
Yeah, most kids stuff on YouTube,
it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, there's that. They just relies on shit just flying all over the place. Just to keep a small child entertained.
Yeah, seriously.
There are way better children's entertainment out there.
Agreed.
Like,
make them play with toys. Make them do anything other than just sit there and let their brain rot by watching dumbass YouTube video.
Yeah,
Like what I was piggybacking on what I was saying earlier about the whole Lego stop motion with lots of cussing. I'm pretty sure at one point I actually asked my mom if I could watch that, and her, not knowing what it was about, says like, "Oh yeah, go for it." So I search it up and I start playing a video. I'm pretty sure like a few F-bombs drop, and she's like, "Siju, you didn't tell me that it was like this. Turn that off." I'm like, I'll mute it, and she's like, "No, turn it off." Like, yeah, I didn't get it. I guess what I'm trying to say is that like I understand that like parents need a way to keep their kids entertained, but maybe screens aren't the best idea.
well, good point. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not like an old man who thinks that children should not have screen time ever.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not that. Like,
Oh yeah, not at
I
all.
think that quality in children's content is important. Like,
I agree.
we can't just, like, I really despise the "it's for kids" kind
Me
of
too.
excuse
Yeah.
of things. Like,
Yeah. Like, and that winds up on the dumbest of things. Like I get it, cartoons are made for kids, but like, well, some cartoons anyway. But like, there's also like cartoons like Looney Tunes where they have adults in mind as well, and they're putting, like, I guess adults should be there watching with them. But it just annoys me that sometimes an adult wants to watch Tom and Jerry or some shit on his own, like the OG Tom and Jerry, where it's produced by MGM. Like, I feel like it's trying to say something like, you little pervert, why are you watching a kid's cartoon? No, I'm watching a cartoon that was made for all ages to enjoy for years.
yeah. Like, there are shows that are like PBS Kids type young that are enjoyable for adults.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Like the original Thomas the Tank Engine
The
from
original, not the shitty reboot.
No, like with Ringo Starr, George Carlin, that era.
Yeah. That was like primetime shit for me. But yeah, like they made that like 2D animated bullshit. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this is nothing like the original stuff.
Yeah,
The original stuff worked. Why would you change that?
Yeah, that's a good point. And the first stuff that like I watched on YouTube was Stampy Longnose. That's what I remember watching.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents are divorced, and
Yeah.
my dad who approved, you know what, he can watch YouTube as long as they're Minecraft videos. Like,
As long as they're Minecraft videos. There you go.
go ahead. And I gotten the privilege taken away from me eventually.
Oh, did
because-
you?
Yeah, I got caught watching many inappropriate videos.
Oh
and-
damn. Yeah. Yeah. It happens.
Because
to all of us.
my dad thought I was would be obedient enough where I won't watch anything.
Or you
inappropriate.
won't go kind of experiment beyond what you were given.
Yeah, he thought I would be obedient enough.
For kids, what the heck do you expect?
Yeah, like
At the time, anyway. We were kids.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I watched Smosh. Like,
Oh yeah. Me too.
like Smosh has juvenile humor, yes.
Oh, absolutely. There's a part of that that's enjoyable to adults because.
Well, Smosh isn't really for kids, really.
Oh, not at all.
There's a lot of raunchy stuff.
Oh,
in
absolutely.
Smosh. Like there are jokes back in Smosh that are transphobic, homophobic.
Oh yeah.
That were acceptable to joke about back then.
And not quite so much anymore.
True.
Yeah.
And I watched Smosh, and I watched Ed's World and ACSDF movie. I don't remember the letters on the top of my head,
Yeah, that's all good.
but
Yeah. There's definitely forms of content that I had a brain fart there, don't mind me. I think that the content we should be like you said something about quality content for kids. Like I get it. I think there's certain shows that like were made with adults and children in mind, and those are the kinds of shows that I could sit through if I had a kid. Heck, some of them are nostalgic memories. Like, well, I don't know if you're a Christian or not, which doesn't really matter for this. But VeggieTales, that was like, I still watch that today.
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest.
Yeah. I don't watch VeggieTales that often though.
Yeah,
but
me neither. But like the content they made just was primo, in my opinion. Like the original stuff.
Yeah, like VeggieTales appealed to non-Christians. It appealed.
Yeah.
It appealed to Jews and Muslims. And
exactly. I mean, even though it was made for Christians, it just kind of appealed to everyone.
Yeah.
Even atheists, I think.
Yeah, like I don't take religion very seriously. Like you can label me as a Christian if you want. I still celebrate Christmas and other things. I still say, "Oh Jesus" or "Oh God" or whatever. I still say that, but but in terms of going to church every Sunday or things like that, I don't.
I get it. And college kind of does that to you as well. Even living at home, sometimes if it's forced upon you when you're younger. But anyway, we're getting a little off topic.
Yeah, like I hopefully in the future that our generation, like who actually grew up with YouTube when we were kids,
like the OG YouTube.
Yeah.
How it should be.
Where. Hopefully that generation of parents that grew up with YouTube when they were kids, like, hopefully I've seen inappropriate stuff on YouTube, so I'm going to be responsible and not let my kid just roam free on YouTube. I'm going to actually...
Yeah, that's something you got to figure out. You got to, like, you can't just tell them one thing, because then they're not going to respect that. You got to...
Yeah, like, children aren't obedient.
Like, give them choices, but also set guidelines. Like, don't look up anything pornographic, for example, or don't do anything political. I don't know.
Yeah, like with some things political, like I want them to make sure that they know which sources are reliable.
That's true. Like, if they're just hearing that from YouTube, like, period, and that's all they remember, then
like,
the point.
There's nothing wrong with, like, taking news stuff from YouTube, unless, like, I make sure that the news is legit, unless the content creator has a link in the description of where they got the news from.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I watch political commentators on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And stuff like Farron Cousins or David Pakman, they have links to the articles where they got it from, and they show clips when a politician says something stupid. Then and we've gotten off topic because we're talking about YouTube and not the rest of the internet.
And not the rest of politics, for that matter. But yes, let's go back to the central question, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so should kids from 1 to 8 be watching YouTube? Short answer, no, in my probably less than humble opinion. I think...
Like, what's the good age?
Not alone. I think the age range should be like... I don't want to say 18 and up, because that's a little weird. Like, what would you do as a teen? I think 13 and up?
Yeah.
I think 13 and up is like, or heck, even 12. Even starting at 12 or 11, or hell, 10. I think just if you got a 2-digit age, YouTube should be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here.
Yeah, I have not understood YouTube or got interested in YouTube until I was 9. I think I had a vague memory when I was 5 when I watched my older brothers watch Fred.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, I remember watching when I was 5 and
yeah. Probably had a ball laughing at that time, or did you?
No,
don't see the appeal?
I don't remember my opinion on Fred. I remember my older brother like, get out of here, you're not allowed to watch YouTube even.
Yeah.
There are way worse stuff than Fred on YouTube.
Older brothers.
Like, no, get out of here, you're not allowed to watch YouTube because...
You can't watch this because I am, or they make up some bullcrap excuse, right? That you can't watch it even though they are and they're under the same parenthood.
Yeah, well, they're older, so...
Yeah, they think their age is justifies everything.
Yeah, like, and that's about it for YouTube before I was 9.5 years old.
Yeah.
So.
I think YouTube's been with me, like, practically all my life. I think as soon as, like, the internet was out of its infancy, it's like I was, like, watching some stuff on YouTube. I just remember feeling annoyed when, like, YouTube's website would, like, change its, like the format of the website, like how it was laid out. Hard to say, but, like, just, like, you watch older videos of certain things and you, like, see that YouTube has changed a lot throughout the years, and, like, I mean, obviously one thing that pisses me off is the 2 ads pre-video.
Yeah.
That's just insane in my mind. I think, like, and if it's kids that are watching, like or do kids videos get ads?
Yeah, I think they do.
I think it just aims towards them with the ads. Like, it's not like advertising movies that say John Wick, for example. They're not like advertising John Wick to a couple of 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have a good mind about that.
There's this other YouTuber that I watched who makes 2D animated videos about Crash Bandicoot and Sonic the Hedgehog. His name is Sir Isaac, and he deals with a lot of Karens on YouTube. It's like, my 4-year-old, like, watch your video, it has bad language. I don't want my 4-year-old to get exposed to that. Like,
well, then you shouldn't have had them on the fucking internet in the first place. I think, honestly, I remember what I was gonna say. I think, like, this is kind of something the South Park movie touched on.
Yeah.
Right? Like, censorship and freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like I get it. Like, the reason, like I said before, the reason parents show their kids YouTube sometimes is because they need some to keep them entertained while they're off working. But, like, I think they should just look to other sources, honestly. Because like in South Park, remember, you have the 4 main members watching Terrence and Phillip constantly, and of course they're getting a bad influence of that.
Yeah, like,
which of course ends in Kenny's death. Spoiler alert. Just kidding. I mean, you probably knew that by now.
Yeah.
Unless you live under a rock.
Kenny dies in every episode.
Pretty much.
And he comes back. Kenny's basically Superman, basically.
Kenny's immortal. Jeez.
Yeah.
But I think it's also, I think another thing that, like, boggles my mind is, like, how people, like, cartoon for kids, done. Like, you ever seen Sausage Party?
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah, it has, like, the food fucking.
Oh jeez,
Yeah. Yeah, like, there's.
I mean, you've seen Family Guy, Simpsons, South Park, especially South Park. Any of that. It's
usually a problem with the mindset that video games are meant for kids when are only meant for small children. Because there are jackasses like Gavin McGinnis or Josh Hawley calling adults man babies for playing video games as adults.
That's so stupid. It's a natural way to entertain yourself. I think that's, and honestly, this topic, it honestly goes towards entertainment in general, not even just YouTube. I think, like, it should, like, for certain ages, it should be monitored. It shouldn't, like, you don't want to, like, be playing, I'll give a bit of a personal example, like, you don't want to, like, have someone playing Brawl back in the day when you had Samus in this skin-tight costume, and, like, when I was a kid, that, like, messed with my head. I was like, ooh, that looks nice. And then you have, and now looking back, I'm like, why was I such a loser? Like, I didn't have, like, why would they put this in a game that you're marketing towards kids? Then again, it was rated teen, but they've changed the rating in the Smash franchise to 10.
I really don't know why, like, some games, like, the newer Crash Bandicoot games, I don't know why the E10 Plus rating exists at all. There's just no point at all. Like, Shadow the Hedgehog makes more sense.
I can see that.
Other than that,
Where's
like,
that damn fourth chaos symbol?
yeah, like,
You were saying? Sorry. Couldn't resist.
Like Smash Bros. Brawl should have been rated E for everyone. That's it. And you might not agree with that. Like,
yeah, I mean,
as long, well, at least Samus' nipples isn't shown or anything like that.
yeah, true.
But
it is a bit on the risque side, I guess.
Well,
with the costume they gave her, they toned it down in the newer games, thankfully. So and those are rated E10. So that's a little more acceptable.
yeah, I think it's pretty stupid that parents make a big deal. There are also parents, like a lot of kids' movies are rated PG nowadays.
Yeah, I can see rating changes have definitely taken a part of that. There was a time when you have like animated cartoons, like the old-fashioned Disney, where it's always rated G, and then you start introducing the 3D animation. I swear, ever since 3D animation was introduced, it's been PG. Like, I don't think I've seen a G movie in a long time.
True, like if you're if you're a parent in 2023 that only lets your kid watch G movies, then you're basically not letting your kid watch anything else.
Yeah,
you might as well
stuff.
not let him watch movies.
And heck, even in the G-rated movies, there's like Lion King. You remember that scene where Simba and Nala reunite? You see the look she's given him? That's obviously like suggestive, and heck, there's even like subliminal messaging with the stars and shit.
Yeah.
Like, and they call that a kids movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a lot of parents nowadays are more sensitive when their kids see certain things. Like a character calls, like Woody calls Buzz an idiot or something, like, oh, that's offensive, I don't want my kid to see that.
Oh no, he said the word idiot. Big deal.
Yeah. Or there's conflict and characters are dicks to each other or something like that. Then that's offensive, that's PG.
That's PG. Well, characters being dicks to each other. The original Snow White, you have the evil queen who is basically being a bitch to Snow White.
Yeah.
Like, I want her dead. Is that not suggestive enough compared to he pushed me, so I'm gonna push him back?
Yeah.
Like, it's funny how much things have evolved and yet they haven't in some ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like going back to YouTube, Sir Isaac was so sick and tired of dealing with Karens, he dealt with a lot of it. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh, why is there bad language in this? Or
why isn't bad language?
Why is there bad language? I gasped there. Like,
no, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he just removed all the comments on his videos, and he just doesn't want to deal with these because
yeah, I've seen that. Like, YouTubers I hate with a passion, I'll occasionally check in on them, and I'll like let's see their comment section, and it's so positive in there, and I know these are toxic communities, so I'm like confused to see a very wholesome comment section from a YouTuber that I know is a total dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, like most videos, like shit from I'm J Station, like his videos. I think his videos get more likes than dislikes. I think.
Well, how can we know? Because YouTube took away the dislikes.
Yeah, I'm sure his videos before he got banned. I think he got banned. His channel deleted before. I'm sure he has more likes than dislikes on all of his videos because little kids are liking him or something.
Yeah.
So
I think what I wish I knew is like where do you draw the line? Like, when is this bad for kids, and when is it like there's like an edgy side. Like, is it good for kids to see this? Is it in the middle, funny, or is it just like unacceptable? Like that's honestly how I see it.
yeah, there's another YouTuber I watched. The Unlucky Tug, and he said that children having scary imagery in children's entertainment is a good thing because it allows children to have different genres of storytelling, like Disney movies. In the 5th season of Thomas and Friends, there's dark ass shit in that season.
I bet. Yeah.
Like.
Oh boy. Isn't like. I think there's I like what you're saying, where there's darker stuff and stuff that's for kids, but I think it goes beyond how dark it is. I think some of the things you can put in your cartoons, cartoons and kids shows have dealt with some pretty serious stuff. Y'all remember Arthur dealing with the teacher that turned out to be gay? Yeah. These are things that are legit life things that I think kids should be allowed to be given an understanding of. I'm not saying turn something some kid show into a porno or something. I'm saying raise awareness that such things do exist.
Yeah, what's amazing about the Arthur episode, that I think the original creator actually planned this back during the 90s.
Really?
During the hand-drawn animation era.
Oh, yeah.
Arthur. Because being gay was being more socially acceptable.
Yeah.
During the Trump era, okay, I think we're ready to have that episode. So.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't remember which source. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah.
I think YouTube should be as taken seriously as any other media. At the end of the day, I think, I'm not saying I think things that are touchy subjects should be introduced in a sensitive light. For example, the teacher from Arthur. That's something they addressed in an absolutely not judgmental light.
True.
Yeah, yeah, people are gonna have problems with it, but I hope someday we get to a point where we won't. Isn't Steven Universe, don't they have characters they have regularly open characters about their feelings in that sense.
True. Yeah. I haven't watched Steven Universe. I'm more of a regular show type guy.
Gotcha.
What's interesting about regular show is that it's in between of a kid's cartoon and an adult cartoon.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like.
It's in the between category.
Yeah.
My dad, when I was young, when it was on
Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I had cable before streaming. My family eventually got rid of the cable because cable was too expensive, and
fair enough.
And my dad actually thought, you know what, you can watch it, and then
go for it. Yeah.
He learned more about it, and he must saw the episode with naked pups. And
oh goodness! Great episode to start with.
And he signs that Mordecai and Rigby slack off, and they.
I guess they're not the best influence, but they're a raccoon and a bird of some sort. I forget what kind of bird.
A blue jay.
A blue jay.
I think he's a woodpecker. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But if the character is a cartoon anthropomorphic animal, are they really going to be something you should take influence from in the first place?
Yeah. I think the character I relate to the most is Benson, probably.
Which one was he, remind me? I'm blanking on that. Which one's which?
Benson's the gumball machine.
Yeah, that's it. The one that takes everything seriously, right? Or kind of?
Yeah, well, there's one episode where he got a position lower he got fired from management and says, well, I'm no longer management. I'm already fired, so I'm no longer gonna take the job seriously. I'm done. He becomes a slacker like Mordecai and Rigby.
Oh boy.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Trying not to get too off topic, right?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna just like talk about just YouTube.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was kind of expecting an outcome like this, where like it was gonna we were gonna go down several rabbit holes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For, like, I guess that changes like the title of your video, but like not a huge deal, right? You can still salvage what we got from this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you on I won't let my kids watch YouTube until he or she or they or them is at least close to around middle school at least. Till I will let them watch YouTube at least unsupervised, at least that.
Like that. I guess that's where E10 comes in. Like, I think like I know this is not a video game necessarily, but I think like I treat it like E10, like how they expect game ratings to be treated. And for mature, you should be 17 or older. Teen, you should be 13 or older. E10, you should be 10 or older.
Well, like, with my opinion on like should teenagers like 15, 14 should be watching rated R movies, like
probably not, right?
I don't necessarily agree.
Yeah.
Like, you're the first one from close to my generation that doesn't agree with me on that.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think...
Yeah, like, in the next 70 years, like, TV MA won't exist. It'll just, like, something like Game of Thrones would be TV 14. In the next 70 years, it could happen.
Probably. The way I see it is just like no one takes ratings for video games seriously, and I'm starting to wonder if people don't do the same for TV and movies as well. You know, there's like a whole documentary on like how movie ratings like ruin a movie's reputation.
Yeah, like I think this film's not yet rated. I think that's the movie.
Yeah, that's the documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have like Spaceballs, that's PG, and they drop an F-bomb very clearly. Like,
yeah.
I guess the system wasn't quite in place yet. Who knows?
Yeah, like the PG ratings like the most inconsistent.
I agree.
Like,
it's just gotten continuously edgy over the years. I think. Like, I think it started with Despicable Me.
Like a small child movie like Trolls is rated PG, and it has the same MPA rating as Temple of Doom, and where there's hearts ripped out.
Jeez. Yeah, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I think PG is kind of like gotten more free with what it does.
Yeah, there's this thing called keep it PG type mindset.
Yeah.
Like,
just how does that even mean anymore? Like you have minions walking around like naked now because that's what happens in Despicable Me typically.
True.
I'm just glad that didn't spread into the Mario movie. I'm just gonna say that right.
Yeah, like the Mario movie doesn't feel like an Illumination.
Yeah, right. I feel like it would have been. I think DreamWorks should have done it.
Yeah, it felt like DreamWorks made it.
A little bit. I think DreamWorks could have brought in like the animation style they brought in for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. That would have made Mario look great. I think anyway.
Yeah.
Like almost like the 8-bit style.
You can kill me for that, but I have not seen The Last Wish.
You've not seen The Last Wish?
No.
It's kind of animated like the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Like how they have like that, like it's a little more jerky, but it like works.
Yeah.
Hard to explain, but yeah. But yeah, Last Wish, I saw it last semester. I was like pleasantly surprised when my roommate just put it on, and I'm like, this is good. This puts the first Puss in Boots to shame. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, I have not seen the Shrek movies in a really long fucking time.
Yeah, I know. It's quite frankly neither have I. Yeah, but they did tease a fifth Shrek. I mean, that's been kind of a thing for years, I think.
Yeah.
It's just the question is are they ever going to come through? And let me put it this way: The Last Wish kind of gave a indication that maybe it will. Not sure how much it pushed that, but it was just near the end, so it's something, right?
Yeah, with my debate, the reason why I think that most normal, I will say normal, quote unquote, like...
Agreed.
14 and 15-year-olds can handle games like Left 4 Dead or Doom, especially Doom Eternal and Doom 2016, and they can, and like with the thing of sex, like should parents be keeping away nudity from 14 to 15-year-olds? I don't agree with that.
I don't agree either. I think they should be teaching them the birds and the bees.
Because if
they're capable of getting pregnant, they should know the birds and the bees.
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
Like I don't understand how a side boob is too much for a 15-year-old. I don't understand that. They're old enough to impregnate somebody, and they're old enough to have I want to fuck that chick or something.
Yeah, right.
They're old enough to have those feelings. So why are you sheltering them?
Why are you hiding them from it? Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. Pretty sure that's like there's a whole musical about that, Spring Awakening. Yeah. Oh jeez. Yeah. I apologize if I keep taking us down rabbit holes. I just like.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is natural conversation, like you said.
Yeah. Going off topic in podcasts is completely normal. Like,
yeah, I agree. The question is like, what are you gonna title this overall?
Yeah.
I guess I made that a little hard on you.
Yeah. You have not been in a podcast before, like.
I have not. Yeah, this is a first, but I'm happy to be on it.
Yeah. Yeah, like. Yeah, like I was pretty frustrated with my parents, my family, because like they won't let me watch rated R movies until I'm like 17, and I got really pissed off about it. And the reason why is I wanted to make YouTube videos and talk about rated M games and talk about mature subjects.
Yeah, I hear you.
I made my channel since 2017.
There you go.
Since I was 13, and
wow.
And a lot of my earlier videos were dog shit. Like,
everyone's got to start somewhere, right?
They were low quality, pixelated, statically junk, but.
Well, yeah, we all start somewhere.
Yeah, and it's good that I got the practice since I was 13.
If you started there, yeah.
Because I would have gotten my shit together I wouldn't have gotten my shit together entirely making videos until much later.
Yeah, same.
So
I'm still kind of figuring out my groove.
I think my parents meant well. I think.
Oh, absolutely. Their parents. They usually do.
I think the conflict is generational
differences.
Yeah, on parenting, like a lot of parents like let their kids watch Marvel movies 9 and 10, which I personally don't have a problem with that.
I get it.
But my dad never let me watch Marvel movies until I was like 13. So.
Wow. Just because they're PG-13?
I think it depends on, like, there are some kids that have behavioral problems.
Yeah, it really. I think the way to put it is just there's no like solid answer. It depends on you and how mature is your kid, which is probably what leads to the conflict of, is my kid ready to see this? I don't think so, because I'm a parent and I want to shelter them.
Yeah, like there are people with psychological issues that can't handle a certain movie, while another person at that age can handle it just fine.
Yeah, developmental delays and all that. That's, a little personal, but I've had things like that in the past, and I think I get like why I was sheltered from that. The previously mentioned Spring Awakening, my mom forbade me from auditioning for that because she didn't think I was ready for it, like the material, and I was pretty friggin' old to begin with. I was like starting community college.
What movie is that?
It's a musical, actually. It's a stage musical, but.
How old were you? 18?
Probably like 19, maybe even 20. So, but then again, developmental delays. So, she meant well. I know it.
Yeah, like, what was I gonna say? Like, I do think that by the time you're in 10th grade, I think you're a little too old to be sheltered from rated R movies.
Okay.
That's my point of view.
I see that.
Trying to make, though.
I getcha. Yeah, like, I think, like, aren't you, like, allowed to view, like, R-rated movies with parental supervision at a movie theater?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
depending on the movie.
there's NC-17, so there's that. Like,
yeah, there's that too.
My stepmom, I'm not gonna name her because I don't want to invade her privacy, but I think I remember this, but no, rated R should be 18, no matter what. Not until you have a high school diploma. So
wow,
that's pretty strict, but that's just the generation she's from. So.
I agree. That does seem a little like I don't think it should be based on paperwork. It should be based on maturity, like actual maturity in the mind and the heart and all that.
Yeah, like I don't think that. What am I gonna say? Like, I don't think parents should just see what the movie's rated. I think parents should actually see the movie itself.
Maybe give it a watch through first.
Or
and decide for yourself, is my kid ready for
even
this?
if you don't play video games, like, look up World Out Long Plays or something like that.
Yeah.
Or look up a walkthrough or something, make sure that...
watch an all cutscenes video even, like, see, is this content appropriate? I guess, like, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and when I started YouTube, I was really glad that I never reveal which county I live in.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
I only revealed ever which state I live in. I live in Iowa. And that's it.
Yeah, and that's good enough.
I live in Iowa, I'm an American, and that's it.
Yep. Don't let it define you, you know?
Yeah, if you're talking about politics, then you can bring up congressional district, but if it's an at-large district, then, well, like Wyoming, then I lived in Liz Cheney's district. But.
Yeah. So, may I ask what's on your laptop, by the way?
No, nothing at all.
Okay.
It's just there for decoration.
Oh, gotcha. Exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I could have figured that out. Well, the screen's black now, but I figured you had like a document open to take notes or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, like.
You put a hair on your phone, by the way. I'm gonna get that off for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like. What am I gonna say? Like, we mostly talked about should kids at that age watch this or that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's like a podcast.
Yeah.
Like.
I kind of lost track of time.
Yeah. I think it's 6:40.
6:40. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know how much my camera could handle, but I'm just gonna slowly start to wrap up a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
And
should probably check that footage before we call it quits for today.
I think I see red, and when that means it says record.
Okay.
So
I can't see the red from. Is it on the screen?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I hear you. I see the red now. It was in the middle. Like it was like where the wall divides right there. I honestly thought that was like a exit sign or some shit.
Really?
Yeah. There you go. Well, shows you pay more attention than me. You also know your tech better than I do.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm really glad that I had at least had the maturity when I started YouTube at a young
Agreed.
age, to not invade anyone's privacy.
Not at all, yeah.
Not to reveal any personal information.
That's something you shouldn't do without consent.
Yeah, like, and I make more edgier content on YouTube, and when I live with my little younger sister, like, I don't want her to hear me record.
Oh, not at all. Yeah.
And when I'm on my laptop with scripts, I don't want her to read it.
Oh, yeah. I get that. I think it's even worse if they can see what's like. What does that say? Oh, don't be then like a bunch of curses in there. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and they're saying that you shouldn't post inappropriate stuff on social media because
That's kind of a general statement, and I don't think it's specific enough.
yeah, like I eventually got taught that you don't want your real name
Oh, yeah.
attached to it when you're making edgier memes
Mm-hmm.
because an employer isn't gonna search an obscure president like Millard Fillmore or something like that.
Right. They're gonna search your name, or your employer's gonna search for you, and if they see you're like posting stuff like Filthy Frank would have, then yeah, they're probably not gonna hire you. I miss him, by the way. I wish like, well, we still have Joe G, so we make him music, so that's good.
Yeah, like I thought that statement was just because there are Karens that the same people that say that are the same type of people that let their kid an iPad and let that do all their parenting for them.
Yeah.
I thought that was something like that, but at least there's a way around it.
That's true.
So like, I think it should be illegal for employers
To search your YouTube channel.
to make hiring decisions based on what they post on social media. The same way it's illegal to discriminate like with race or sexual orientation or disability.
Yeah.
Like, even though there's no way to enforce that because the government can't read minds, so
Yeah.
because the bill did, like, everyone's required to have a chip in their brain and
Jeez, that'd be a little too difficult.
yeah. Yeah, I like.
What's happening out there? Probably some leaves blowing around.
Yeah, like with employers, like with what corporations do is that they care so much about their image, even though they care about some things that, even though they don't affect their stocks at all. Like,
I know.
Nintendo's a perfect example.
Agreed.
They're way overprotective
Of their games.
over their family friendly image. And
Yeah. They hardly have the courage to like. I'm surprised they even brought GoldenEye to the N64 Switch platform.
True. Well, they still publish rated M games, but
Yeah. They just license them. They don't want like.
they publish them and
Publish it.
And that's it. But
We're not affiliated, is what not super affiliated, is what they're trying to say.
true.
Yeah.
Like, it would be interesting though if there was a rated M Zelda game
Oh yeah.
that has like a grittier style, like Twilight Princess in a way.
Yeah.
That sounds like an interesting idea because
I agree.
Nintendo actually went dark before with Majora's Mask,
Oh yeah. Definitely.
which was the first rated teen Zelda game.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think Twilight Princess is rated teen and Majora's Mask.
Are those like the only two?
Yeah.
Oh. The more you know.
Because those are the more darker.
Darker territory.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them's an apocalypse and the other. Well, what do you think got Twilight Princess's teen rating?
I think there was a little wounded soldier or something.
Oh dang.
So.
Okay. Bit of violence. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap up this podcast since I don't know how much recording that I have left, and
Yeah.
I don't want it to just end abruptly or anything
Agreed.
like that.
Yeah.
So,
Not true.
so I would like to thank CJ. I'll put the link down to his channel where he live streams. So do you have plans for live streams or?
At some point, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Please link it, by the way. I'll take the credit I can get, but like, yeah. I'm sure at some point I'll end up doing some sort of content. I kind of just do what feels natural in the moment. So. Like,
Yeah, like what I noticed from CJ is that he more so participates in another guy's work instead of just
making my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely how I roll. I let others do the work so I can just be there and enjoy the fun.
Yeah. So.
Thanks for having me on, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. And so this is my first time with podcasts. Like, I did unscripted rant videos like Alpha Mega Sin did.
Mm-hmm.
But he does a better job than I did.
Oh, yeah.
I gaff more when I'm off script and
I get you.
and in a room by myself.
I hear you.
So I think I'm gonna wrap up this podcast, and this is the Film Buff Gamer Guy signing out. Have a good one. Bye bye.